Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're zeroing in on the Maryland DMV permit test. We've pulled together a set of actual, key questions. Think of it as your guide to the core rule.
Exactly. And we're not just giving answers. We want you to get the why behind them. So
Yeah.
you're not just memorizing, you actually understand.
Right, understanding, not just passing. So, mission for today, feel confident about this essential Maryland driving knowledge. Let's jump right in.
Okay.
First big one, drivers under 21 and alcohol. What's the deal?
It's simple. They absolutely may not drive after consuming any alcohol, any at all.
Zero tolerance then.
Precisely, zero tolerance. Maryland is incredibly strict on this, and for good reason. The consequences are serious.
Got it. Okay, next, hydroplaning. What exactly does that mean for a driver?
It means your tires lose contact with the road surface. Basically, they're riding on a layer of water.
So you lose control.
You can't, steering, braking, it all gets compromised. It happens when there's more water than the tire treads can push away. Very dangerous.
Makes sense. Okay, switching gears. Cell phones for drivers under 18. When can they use one?
Almost never. The only time is to contact emergency services. 911. That's it.
So, a very, very limited exception.
Extremely limited. It's all about minimizing distractions for newer drivers. Safety first.
Okay. Now, a legal term. Implied consent. What are we talking about here?
Implied consent means that just by driving, you've implicitly agreed to take a blood alcohol concentration, or BAC, test if law enforcement suspects you're driving under the influence.
So if you're pulled over for suspected DUI.
You're expected to consent to the test. Refusing has its own consequences, like license suspension, even separate from any DUI charge. It's part of the privilege of driving.
Right, understood. Let's talk about following distance. What's considered safe?
The rule of thumb is 3 to 4 seconds behind the vehicle in front.
And you measure that.
Ow.
Pick a fixed object, like a sign or a tree. When the car ahead passes it, start counting 1001, 1002. If you pass the same object before you hit 3 or 4 seconds, you're too close. Why seconds, not like car lengths or feet?
Because seconds automatically adjust for speed. 3 seconds at 60 mph is a much longer distance than 3 seconds at 30 mph. It keeps the time you have to react consistent.
Smart. Okay, passing another vehicle, some key things came up. Always use turn signals, obviously.
Absolutely crucial for communication.
And interestingly, speeding up by just 5 mph to pass was marked as wrong. So no excessive speed.
Right, maintain a safe, legal speed. And of course, you absolutely cannot pass with double solid yellow lines.
Or a single solid white line, sometimes seen on the right.
Correct. Those lines mean it's unsafe or illegal to pass, usually due to visibility or other hazards.
Got it. Okay, this one's easy but vital.
Yeah.
Seatbelts. When do you wear them?
At all times. Every single time you're in the vehicle. Non-negotiable.
Simple as that. Now, driving below the speed limit, when should you do that?
When conditions aren't ideal. Think unusual traffic, bad weather like rain or fog, construction zones.
So it's about adapting to the situation, not just sticking to the number on the sign.
Exactly. The posted limit is the maximum for ideal conditions. Safety might demand you go slower.
Makes sense. Handicapped parking.
Only if you have a valid handicap plate or placard. And the person the placard is issued to needs to be present.
Right. Respect those spaces. Don't misuse them.
Absolutely. Okay, back to alcohol, just to reinforce. If you've consumed alcohol,
don't drive, period. Find another way home.
That's the message. Any amount can impair you.
All right, signs. Orange signs mean what?
Construction zone, work area ahead. Be prepared for changes, slow down, watch for workers.
Okay. Red lights, you stop, obviously. But you can't go until
the light turns green and the intersection is clear and safe to enter.
both things, not just the green light.
Correct. And a solid red means stop before the white stop line or crosswalk.
Good points. Roundabouts. What's the first thing you do when approaching one?
Reduce your speed. Slowing down gives you time to see the traffic already in the circle and yield properly.
Okay. Driving drowsy, why is it so bad?
It significantly slows your reaction time. It's often compared to driving impaired by alcohol.
So if you're tired,
The answer is clear. Switch drivers if you can, or pull over somewhere safe and rest. Don't try to push through it.
got it. School zones.
Immediately reduce speed. Be extremely vigilant. Watch for children. They can pop out unexpectedly.
Makes sense. Interstate driving, that acceleration lane, what's its purpose?
It's there specifically to allow you to speed up to match the flow of highway traffic before you merge. Don't merge too slowly.
Use the whole lane to get up to speed.
That's what it's for. Safe merging.
Defensive driving. What does that mean in practice?
It means constantly scanning your surroundings, being aware of not just what's right in front of you, but beside you, behind you, potential hazards down the road.
So being proactive, not just reactive.
Exactly. Anticipating problems before they happen.
Okay. Entering a main road from, say, a driveway or a side street.
You must yield. Yield to all pedestrians and drivers already on the main road. They have the right of way.
Clear enough. Let's revisit blood alcohol content, BAC. We know it affects judgment, but what else?
It definitely affects your sense of time, coordination, vision, essentially all the skills you need to drive safely.
And the legal limits in Maryland.
0.08 BAC is the legal limit for DUI for adults. But remember that zero tolerance for under 21 means any detectable amount can lead to penalties, often starting around 0.02, and the MVA can suspend your license even below the criminal DUI threshold sometimes.
Good to know those numbers. Staying in your lane, when is it mandatory?
Well, you must stay in your lane if it's not safe to change. Check mirrors, check blind spots, signal first.
Don't just swerve over.
Definitely not. Safe lane changes only.
Wipers on means?
Headlights on. If it's raining or snowing enough for wipers, you need your headlights on for visibility so others can see you. It's the law in Maryland.
Got it. Right turns. What are the key steps?
Signal well in advance. Approach to the turn staying close to the right edge of the road, and importantly, yield to pedestrians and any other traffic that has the right of way.
Okay. Avoiding aggressive driving. What are some good habits?
Several things. Don't compete with other drivers. Give yourself extra travel time so you're not rushed. Don't tailgate. Avoid improper lane changes. Basically, stay calm and courteous.
Don't engage if someone else is being aggressive.
Exactly. Let it go. Focus on your own safe driving.
What affects your stopping distance, besides speed?
Road conditions play a huge role. Wet roads, icy roads, gravel. They all increase how long it takes you to stop. Your tires and brakes matter too, of course.
And checking following distance back to the 3/4 second rule.
Yep, that's the practical way. Pick a landmark, count the seconds after the car ahead passes it. Best way to ensure a safe gap.
Pedestrians and wheelchairs at intersections.
Stop and yield. Always yield to pedestrians, especially those who might be more vulnerable or take longer to cross.
General rule for passing. Don't pass
If you cannot do it safely. If there's any doubt about oncoming traffic, visibility, or legality, just wait.
Okay. Bicycles on the road.
Bicycles are considered vehicles in Maryland. That means they have the right to use the full lane when necessary for their safety.
So drivers need to share the road and give them space.
Absolutely. At least 3 feet when passing. Be patient and aware.
Four-way stops. How does right-of-way work?
The first vehicle to arrive and stop has the right-of-way. If 2 arrive at the same time, the vehicle on the right goes first. If facing each other and one is turning left, the one going straight goes first. But always make sure it's clear before you go, even if it's technically your turn.
Communication and caution are key there, making turns generally.
Slow down before the turn as you approach it. Make sure you're in the correct lane for the turn well in advance.
Right. Examples of aggressive driving again, just to be clear.
Things like frequent unsafe lane changes, speeding excessively, tailgating, cutting people off, passing on the right inappropriately, running red lights, basically driving in a selfish or dangerous manner that disregards other safety.
Got it. And if you're tired or sleepy, the solution is?
Stop driving, switch drivers, or find a safe place to rest. Don't risk it.
Emergency stop on the side of the road. What should you do?
Generally, stay inside your car, especially on a busy road or highway. Turn on your hazard lights immediately to make yourself visible. If you have reflective triangles, place them if it's safe to do so.
Okay. Night driving, dealing with oncoming headlight glare.
Look down toward the right edge of your lane, the white line. Use it as a guide instead of looking directly into the bright lights.
Good tip. Sign colors. Green background means.
Directional information. Guidance signs like mile markers, exit signs, directions to cities.
Railroad crossings. Big one.
Always expect a train. Always. Look both ways. Listen. If lights are flashing or gates are down, stop well before the tracks and wait until the train is completely passed and it's safe to proceed. Never try to beat a train.
High-speed driving increases.
The severity of crash damage, dramatically. Higher speed means much more force in an impact. It also reduces your reaction time.
Constant vehicle control, what's the goal?
The ultimate goal is to avoid accidents. This means always being ready to adjust speed, steer correctly, and anticipate hazards. Maintain control at all times.
Steady green light. Means go, right?
It means proceed, but cautiously. Always check the intersection for cross traffic or pedestrians before entering, even on a green. Don't assume it's clear.
Pedestrians with service dogs.
Same as any pedestrian, but perhaps be even more cautious. Stop and yield the right-of-way, give them ample space and time.
What about when you are being passed?
Maintain a steady speed, don't speed up, don't slow down abruptly unless necessary for safety. Let them pass smoothly.
Roadside emergency vehicles, police, fire, ambulance, tow trucks with lights flashing.
Maryland has a move-over law. You must slow down significantly and, if possible and safe, move over one lane to give them space. If you can't move over, slow down substantially.
Protect those working on the roadside. Misusing a disability placard.
It's illegal to use it if the disabled person it's issued to isn't in the vehicle. It's a violation, plain and simple.
Red flashing light. Treat it like
A stop sign. Come to a complete stop. Yield to traffic and pedestrians, and proceed only when the way is clear.
when do crashes happen more often regarding speed?
When you're driving significantly faster or significantly slower than the general flow of traffic, while staying within the speed limit, of course, try to blend in with the prevailing speed.
Rectangular signs, usually white or black and white.
Those are regulatory signs. They state traffic laws you must obey. Speed limits, stop signs, yield signs, lane use signs.
Okay. Passing bicyclists the required space.
You must give them at least 3 feet of space when passing. Slow down and pass carefully. More space is always better.
Driving in fog. What should you not do with your lights?
Do not turn on your high beams. They reflect off the fog particles and actually reduce your visibility. Use low beams.
Got it. Motorcycles nearby.
Be extra vigilant. Check your surroundings constantly. They're smaller and can be harder to see, especially in blind spots. Look twice before changing lanes or turning.
Left turns at a green light, but without a green arrow.
You must yield to all oncoming traffic. Wait for a safe gap before making the turn. Oncoming traffic has the right of way.
Double solid yellow lines mean?
No passing allowed for traffic traveling in either direction. Stay on your side.
Right. Turn on a steady red light.
You must come to a complete stop first. Then, if there's no sign prohibiting it, no turn on red, and the way is clear of traffic and pedestrians, you may proceed with the turn.
Exiting an interstate, what should you not do before the exit ramp?
Don't slow down on the interstate itself before entering the deceleration lane or exit ramp. Maintain highway speed until you are fully in that exit lane, then slow down.
Okay, and a specific rule for younger drivers. Provisional license holders under 18 can't drive when?
They generally may not drive between midnight and 5 or 00 a.m. unless it's for specific reasons like going to or from work, a school activity, or a volunteer emergency response.
Good to know those restrictions.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, we've really hit a lot of ground there. Covered everything from alcohol rules and distractions to right-of-way, signs, safe practices.
And hopefully it's clear these aren't just arbitrary rules to memorize for a test. They all tie into creating a safer environment on the road, Understanding the why really helps.
Absolutely. It moves it from just rules to actual practical knowledge for staying safe. So here's something to think about as we wrap up. We've talked about the written rules. What unspoken rules or maybe attitudes do you think are just as important for keeping things safe and respectful out there on Maryland roads? Something to ponder.